You got to give Ari Aster some major credit. The guy is not afraid to tackle taboo subjects. If you've ever seen his short film, The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, you would know why that is. He has one of the best openings of any movie I've ever seen in Midsummer, a movie overall that I really like, and Hereditary is horrifying and great. And that's one of the only movies I've ever had to turn off in the middle of and then go back to later. So let's talk about his latest film. It's called Beau is Afraid. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on that red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. I don't really like the title of this film, and it's 3 hours long, and it feels like it's 4 hours long. When I heard that Ari Aster was making a movie, it was at the time kind of titled, its working title was Disappointment Boulevard. Everything else I really like about this movie. I would say it's a tragedy, it's a comedy, it's a horror film, it's a deep look into, let's just say, a man's mommy issues, and it's absurdist. It's crazy. It's weird. It's funky. It's got a really great and bizarre ending. I think a lot has been made of Joaquin Phoenix's performance in this. I don't think this is even anything close to his best role. I think he's really good in the part he's asked to play. Basically, Beau is a extremely socially awkward, kind of shut in, maybe mid to late 40s guy who lives in a crime-ridden city in a filthy, dumpy apartment. And he finds out that his mother has passed away, and he has this like kind of journey to go back and bury her and participate in her funeral. And he's completely sidelined throughout the movie by all these different side characters. Nathan Lane is fantastic in this, and Amy Ryan, who you'd recognize from The Office, is awesome in this too. And it's a movie that made me laugh out loud more than I have in quite a while at a movie in the theater. And I was really pleased at how much I laughed at this movie. It's weird. This is a weird one. This is one of those movies that I think I'll probably maybe watch like one more time in my entire life and then be done with it. But it's really good. It has some problems. Okay, it does have some problems. The main problem is it's very, very, I don't want to use the word pretentious, but it's very like, it's almost too confident in itself. It's very long, and it feels very long. And you can just, watching the movie, you can see everything that they could have cut. But I guess when you have a bunch of successful movies for A24, as Ari Aster has, they then just throw, what is it, 35 something million dollars at you and say, hey, do whatever you want, and you do it. And you got to respect that the guy just doesn't care, and he's like, I'm gonna make the movie that I want to make, and you're not gonna put me in a box or shackle me. And ultimately, Beau is Afraid is what you get when you have a director make that decision, and a studio that ultimately gives him the leeway to do what he wants. So, man, there's so much I have to say about this movie. I don't want to spoil anything. I think this is a movie everyone kind of has to see, and has to see at least once. It's one I would also ultimately have a hard time recommending. This is not a crowd pleaser at all. This is not a summer blockbuster. This is kind of like an anti-movie, and I dig that about it. So the length is definitely something you could critique. Phoenix's performance is fine. I don't think it's Oscar worthy. But yeah, this is a good movie, and I dig it. I dig it. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, I'd hope you consider subscribing. You can also like and share the video. That tells the powers that be that it's worth promoting. And let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.